What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Gold Guy YouTube channel, and welcome back to my 1974 Honda MT250 Elsinore restoration. I have to do something about this back suspension because look at this. See that? These rear shocks don't even move at all. And that is not ideal for an enduro bike. I just decided to buy new shocks for this bike, and these were the only ones that actually fit, that were the correct length. And it even said that it fit the Honda MT250. But what I didn't think about was that maybe the springs are way too stiff. And here I have the original stock suspension. I don't know if the shocks are leaking or not, but if they are, there's really no way to rebuild them. So my plan is to take these apart, find out if the shocks are leaking. If they are, then I'm just gonna have to take these springs off, put them on these shocks, which are brand new, and then I think that would give me the ride that I need. If these shocks actually do work and they don't leak, then I'll probably just send them and just try to clean these up and restore them. I have never even taken these apart, but I found a cool trick online on how to do that with some ratchet straps. So we're gonna get into that. Let's stick the hooks through the eyelets of the shock. Go ahead and tighten it down. Make sure I don't get pinched. You can already see that spring compressing. That's good. Yep. Spring is compressing. Okay, there's one of those retainer clips. Now that I got one out, I think I can probably safely let the tension out of the ratchet strap. I'm not going to use my hand. Instead, I'm going to hit it with a screwdriver. Okay. And then remove the ratchet strap. Now, let's go ahead and disassemble these. There is the big spring. And then we've got a little plastic bushing that goes in between the two springs. Here is the smaller spring. You know, yeah. These shocks are done. See that? They don't even rebound at all. So that means that all the oil's leaked out, which I figured it has because it looks all oily on the side here, and there's no way to replace these seals. They don't make it rebuildable, so this shock is junk. But anyways, now I've got my springs. It's really all I needed. I don't know if I'm gonna need any of these pieces. Might need this at the very least. But yeah, I don't know if these will even go on the new shocks or not, but kind of hoping they do. Now I've got to get all the rust and crud off of these springs so I can reuse them. So I'm going to put them in this bucket here. And then fill up the bucket with some good old muriatic acid. Alright, nice. I'm going to take that outside because it is smelling. And in about 15-20 minutes, all the rust and everything should be off of those springs. Okay, now we got to get these things off and see if we can use the shocks. There we go. Whoa! And that is what a mega lifted Honda MT250 looks like. Alright, let's see if I can do the same thing on these ones. Oh, it's close. A couple more clicks. Okay, there it is. Retainer off. This big dust cover thing off. Then let the tension off. Whoa. And So you can tell the difference between a bad shock and a good shock. That one actually takes effort, and this one takes none. Shocks, man, it's really bubbling. Okay, I don't see really much more. Do not breathe in the gas from that. Man, I should have a gas mask on. It's been a couple hours. I think these springs are probably about done cooking now. I rinsed the springs off outside with a hose, so I got all the acid off. And as you can see, they look pretty nice. There's a little bit of paint still on there, but it's ready to come off, so I'm going to give them another wash down inside with the sprayer. Okay, I've got as much of the paint and rust off of these springs as I think I can, so I'm going to go ahead and dry them off, clean them once more with some paint thinner, and then I will hit these with a coat of paint. First, I'm going to hit them with some self-etching primer, and it's dark out, but I have all the springs on a wire here like that, like a big shish kebab, and I'm going to hit them with some primer. And now some black paint. I'm using enamel paint, not because it's high heat, but because it holds up to oil and fluids, and it's great for automotive stuff. So I'm gonna have to use the original plastic piece that went in between the two springs, but the inside of it does not fit onto the shock housing, so I'm gonna have to file it down a little bit until it fits. So let's do it. Filing is taking way too long, so I got a step drill bit. Now I will put on the bottom small spring like that, then that plastic piece in between, then the big spring. I think all we have to do is get that retainer on there. Nice, got it. So that is one shock done, and man, this thing looks like brand new. I can't wait to see how it feels. Bam! 2 brand new shocks. Let's get these on the bike. Alright, it's gonna be so nice. Oh yeah. Got back suspension. Now I gotta get the exhaust back on before I can put in this back top bolt on the suspension, because that holds in the exhaust hanger as well. Nice fresh coat of paint on all the exhaust stuff. And then the heat shield goes on. This time clear coat dried properly. It's not tacky or anything like that. So I've realized I have to use the stock airbox because I need to install the battery for this bike, which goes down here. But the problem is I cannot find the actual air cleaner element that's meant to go in here. I just can't buy it anywhere. Haven't been able to find it. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit of modifications. I wanna use this uni air filter I have. So it lets a little bit more air in and it fits on the carburetor. And I figured out I can use this 1 3/4 inside diameter by 2 inch outside diameter exhaust flange adapter. And this end, the big end, fits perfectly inside there. And then I bent back this little mount here for the original air cleaner, just bent it back out of the way. And then this air filter actually fits perfectly over the smaller end of the pipe. Then there was one other problem. This is much bigger than the carburetor outlet, but the rubber boot that they make for this is like $50. But instead, I bought this $5 2 inch by 1.5 inch like plumbing fitting. And if you tighten it down, as tight as I can get it, like that, it is on there super tight and nothing is getting through there. So it is perfect because this end fits on the carburetor and then it'll be good to go. So this side goes in about that far, which means I'm gonna need to cut this much off of it so that only the small end is sticking up. Then I cleaned it up with some paint thinner, get all that dust and stuff out of there so the JB Weld sticks to that nice clean bare metal. Gonna get a nice coating around this pipe. Even coating a JB Weld inside there and on the outside of this pipe. It's the next day and the JB Weld is dry. Okay, well, seems like that's about as far as I can get the air filter in there. I just gotta tighten that hose clamp down. I'll be a little screwdriver. Let's see. Oh yeah, that would work. So you wouldn't have to remove the battery box actually to pull the air filter off. So that's pretty good. Before I put this battery box, air box combo thing back in the bike, I'm gonna just go ahead and install the battery in here because it's definitely easier to do that now. For the battery, I'm using this OEM style Bike Master Performance 6N6 3B 6-volt motorcycle battery. A couple bolts. Here is the battery acid, and here's the actual battery. It's pretty small. Let's make sure it fits first. Oh, perfect fit. It's like it was made for there. So, I've never actually done one of these batteries where you have to fill it up yourself. Whoa, just spilled it all over my hand. That's probably not good. Just pop out like that. Oh yeah, it's burning. I'm gonna rinse that off real quick. And then you put this little red hose on the top of it there. Put the nozzle in there. Okay, there it is. It's all filled up just below upper level line. Now I just have to wait an hour and then I can replace the caps and charge it up. While I'm waiting on the battery to sit for an hour, I decided to mess with the carburetor. In the last episode, I tried taking this bike on another 0 to 60 run after rebuilding the engine, and it ran a lot better with the new main seal, but it still is a little bit slower than it should be, and I think that's because the main jet is too rich. Previously, I drilled it out to a 125 size, so it really, in reality, could be around 127, which is too rich. So drilling the jet was just a temporary like experimentation, but what I really needed to do was buy some jets. So I went ahead and got a nice little pack of jets here, and I'm going to pop in a 120 main jet and see how that does. There it is. There's the 120 right there. So go ahead and get it in. And there it is seated. Well, let's close it up. It's been about an hour, and it says to check the level after it sits for a bit. All of these look like they're perfectly like a millimeter under upper level. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop these caps back in. And now I just have to charge it up. Gonna hook up positive to the positive and negative to negative. There it is, 6 volt, it's charging. It's been a couple hours and the charger is showing green, which means this battery is fully charged. Did not take long at all. Quick voltage check, should be around 6.3 volts. .34, that is perfect. But first I'm going to go ahead and get the wire leads on the battery because it'll be really hard to do that part later. I think this is actually how they go. And then there's this vent hose that goes on top of the battery here like this. And the battery goes in. Then we close up that little door. Pop the bolt back in, tighten them down. And then that's about it for the battery installation. I don't know if I should put this on before or after. I'll try putting it on first on the carburetor side. So I had to pull the oil tank out to actually tighten this back hose clamp down for the airbox, but I got it on. Everything is nice and tight. I'll test it for leaks once I get the bike running, but seems like it's all good and tight there. And that's how the top looks. Air filter will sit just like that. I might put some kind of lid up here. I don't know, maybe not. Forgot about this little air boot thing here, which I really don't need it. It's not serving any purpose, but I'll put it back in there just for the sake of completion. Now I just need to get a few bolts in here to hold this air box in. Not like it's going anywhere, but we should be all good now. So I'm going to start the bike up and see how it runs, see if it leaks anywhere. And here we go. Choke's on, gas is on, kill switch on. We're ready to see if this thing will start up without running for quite a while. So if it starts up easily, I'll be really happy. Wow, pretty easy. Yep, throttle cable is sticking again. I gotta figure out what's causing that one. Oh shit. Wow, that was dumb. Kickstand was not in good, and I broke my clutch lever. Wow, that is just great. Gas tank's okay though, no scratches there. Man, that's... Oh man, I hate this kickstand. See how easy it goes forward? What the heck is up with that? Clutch lever replaced with a front brake lever, that's all I had. But for the meantime, it'll work out just fine, and I think I fixed the throttle sticking issue as well. let's see if it idles right now. Oh, it's in gear. That's why. There we go. That's a nice idle. Let's see if any of my intake work is leaking. Best way to test that is spray a little bit of something around the boots.
And if the idle changes, then you've got a leak.
Yeah. Don't think it's leaking, guys. All right. Let's ride. Oh, it feels so much better with that new back suspension. Man, does it feel better. Alright, let's hit a quick 0 to 60 run, see how the bike's doing. 1, 2, 3. That was a really bad start that time. One, two, three. It still needs some tuning, guys. It's still bogging out a little bit. Wow, off-roading is way better now with the actual back suspension. Oh yeah, it actually floats over the bumps now. Feels way better. Well, I ended the last video here, so might as well do the same with this video. Also, I got gas coming out, like, of the gas cap there. There's no gasket in there, but maybe there should be. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down below. Man, this bike is almost done. The only thing I need to do still is all the wiring, which, of course, you guys know me. I just love wiring. That's why I have put it off to the very last thing to do on this bike. And yeah, I really am looking forward to that. So stay tuned for the wiring of this bike in the next video. And then after that, all the videos will be fun, just out riding around and just doing stuff like this. So thank you guys so much for watching. Still need to do a bit of fine tuning and all the wiring, but I'm like 90% done with this bike now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave me a like. It helps out with the algorithm, so more people will see this video and this content that I'm putting out. Share the video with anyone you think might enjoy it. Hit that subscribe button if you want to. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Cat on a bike. Cat on a bike. Watch out, don't fall.
Nom nom.